Hey, what's up everybody? The second selection box is here for the month of November, and in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know for this selection box. And this is a very exciting selection box because there's a lot of Tsums in here that a lot of people won't have. A lot of them are collector Tsums from previous events, so there's a lot of them that hasn't come back in a long time. So let's get into it. This selection box will run until November the 23rd at end of day, and there's going to be a total of 12 Tsums. We start off with Philharmagic Mickey, It's a Small World Minnie, Pastel Goofy, Jungle Cruise Mickey, Woodchuck Donald, Fantasmic Mickey, Parade Mickey, Classic Mickey, Scrooge, Conductor Mickey, Clarabelle, and Kimono Daisy. As you can tell, there's going to be a lot of Mickeys. It is the Disney 100 celebration after all, so there's going to be a lot of Mickeys and some Minnies. And I'm personally excited for this event because there's actually a couple of Tsums in here that I haven't maxed out yet, and I really look forward to maxing them out. There's 4 in here that I don't have maxed out, and that's Classic Mickey, Kimono Daisy, Parade Mickey, and Conductor Mickey. And Parade Mickey was one of my top Tsums that I used to start Fever Time, and for those missions are very difficult. However, since Parade Mickey came out, there's been a lot of other Tsums that you could use to start Fever Time now, so he's not necessarily the best one. And before I go over my top 3 picks, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly release, go over the selection boxes like the video that you're watching right now, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Your subscription really helps me out a lot. Alright, so let's get into my top 3 picks for this selection box. And my number 3 pick is going to be It's a Small World Minnie. It's a Small World Minnie is relatively good for beginners. Her ability is very easy to charge up, so if you want a Tsum that activates a lot of abilities per game, then this is going to be a Tsum that you want to use. Essentially, what her ability does is during ability time, all the Tsums will turn into It's a Small World theme Tsums. And then what you'll need to do is just connect a really long chain as long as possible, and then it's going to burst surrounding Tsums. In the sequence of clearing Tsums, it's also going to charge up any minis that you clear as well. So it's very possible that you could activate your ability and then go into another ability right away. And she's a decent coin earner, not necessarily the best coin earner, especially not in this selection box. This selection box is really about collecting very rare Tsums, so it's not going to be high performing Tsums. But out of all 12 of the Tsums, It's a Small World Minnie earned the 3rd most coins, and at the end of this gameplay, I ended up with 3,395. So as you can see, it's not necessarily super amazing for coins, but it is a relatively fun Tsum to use and pretty easy and has a very good vibe during the animation. Moving on to my number 2 pick, and in the number 2 spot, I have Philharmagic Mickey. Philharmagic Mickey is one of those Tsums that has a pretty lengthy animation. There's really 3 components to it. So first, it has 2 vertical bursts on the left side and the right side, and then a center one, and then finally you have that special magic bubble that will come out at the very end that has this like triangle hat in the very middle. And then what it's going to do is it doesn't burst in a circle, but instead it bursts in a triangle in the shape of a magical hat. So that's how this animation works, and because there's so many bursts per game, it does earn a relatively high combo, and it does earn a decent amount of coins. Again, none of these 12 Tsums are necessarily super amazing for coins, but it does earn that number 2 spot out of these 12. At the end of this gameplay, I ended up with 3,711 coins, so if you play fast and can burst Tsums and use it very effectively, it does earn a decent amount of coins. And then finally, in the number 1 spot for this selection box is going to be Jungle Cruise Mickey, and this might be a surprise to a lot of people. It's not a Tsum that gets heavily used, but it's a very effective Tsum if you use it properly. And out of all 12 of the Tsums, I feel like Jungle Cruise Mickey is a very easy Tsum to use. During his animation, you don't really need to do too much. All you really need to do is just make sure that all the Tsums are settled down before activating the ability. And what ends up happening is the Hungry Hippo comes up and bursts all of the Tsums on the bottom half of the screen. And depending on what skill level you have Jungle Cruise Mickey, if you have him at skill level 6, it's pretty much going to burst the entire screen. It's one of those Tsums that it's very effective burst Tsum that clears a majority of the screen. He's not only easy to use, but also earns a decent amount of coins as well. And out of all 12 of the Tsums, Jungle Cruise Mickey, I was able to get the most coins out of the 12, and I ended up with 4,073 coins. So I want to reiterate that none of these Tsums are necessarily super amazing for coins, so if you're trying to get a really good coin earner, save your coins. It's not going to be one of these 12 Tsums. But if you're a player who wants to collect all of the Tsums or try to max out all of the Tsums that's possible, then you definitely want to invest in this selection box. because a lot of these Tsums are not likely going to come back in the next 2 to 3 years. So now is your opportunity to try to get at least one copy. And then in the future, you might want to use your skill tickets to level them up if you want to. But honestly, none of these Tsums are really worth the selection tickets. So I would say save your coins and save your selection tickets if you don't care about any of these Tsums. So that's my review of this second November selection box. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching.